there's certain basic things that we have to understand in order to see long-term success. One of those things is going to be objections and rebuttals. Now, are these the most comfortable things that happen? No, but when you start learning how to overcome them and what works for you, you're in a really powerful seat, so to say. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to hit on kind of just some basic fundamentals of what it should look like when you're dialing, whether those are your first dials or maybe you just kind of have to reset, what you're doing right now. Either way, get a pen and paper, plug into this call. Rami, I, and Christina, we're going to just kind of rip it. And guys, if you have questions as we're going through this, ask. There's not a stupid question. The stupid question is the one that you keep in your head and you're like, I'm not sure if they mean like 3 times back to back, like 9 times, or they mean like 3 times. Like ask, right? So as we walk through this, guys, please feel free to unmute, put questions in the chat, but this is a call that's really geared to help each and every one of you guys get to where we're trying to go, which is help more families, close more sales, make everybody more profitable, and also make sure families have the proper protection in place. Now, that being said, just to kind of get started, first thing I'm going to hit on, and I'm going to pass it over to Rami, is in terms of your dialing environment. I remember when I went telesales. Okay, guys, I used to be face-to-face in the home for a lot of years, so I was used to meeting clients, all that. Now, when I went telesales, it was a really different game for me because I was used to being face-to-face. That being said, my dial environment is everything. If I'm not in a place where I am undistracted, unbothered, like I'm not going to be able to dial. And I just feel like for anybody on here, guys, if you're right now in a space that you're like environmentally, like whether you're looking at, your clothes in your closet, or you're looking at the shoes by your door, or you're looking at something that's just unorganized and messy, by default of our brains, like you're going to feel unorganized and messy. So get the most minimal things that you need to dial, which are your phone, your laptop, your script, a pen, your dial tracker, and maybe some Post-it notes. And that's all you need in front of you in your phone, right? Everything else, get it out of the way. It's just taking up space in your mind. That being said, though, Rami, you want to hit on kind of how agents should be dialing through different lead packs and what that should look like?
Yeah, of course. So guys, when you guys are dialing your leads, you have to think of it as you want to be as efficient as possible. So in order to be the most efficient as possible in calling the leads, you guys want to separate them into batches, which I'm sure all of you have heard that at some point, but I don't know if all of you are actually doing that. I'm sure if I told you guys share me your screens or like your sheets, some of you are batching them off, some are not. So just keep in mind that if you have 100 leads, I like to do 3 30 packs, so 30, 30, 30, and then 33, etc. But you want to break them into either 3 or 2 batches. That way you can call to them faster. Because guys, the average phone call takes about 1 minute, 55 seconds. If I'm triple dialing somebody, which means I'm calling you a missed call, it rings twice, I hang up. Call back again, rings twice, hang up. The third time I'll go to voicemail. Now that'll take about 1 minute and 10 seconds if you're doing it that way. So when one person's calling someone in 1 minute one time, I'm calling them 3 times. Now if I have a 30 pack, I do 30, I go to my middle stack, go through them again, go to my last pack. Now I go right back into my first stack and I call them again. Because we understand, guys, that the average client is going to answer on the 9th to 12th ring. I'm not saying sit there and call them 9 times in a row. If you're going to go through those stacks, you call them 3 after 3 after 3, and go through it again, you're going to realize, guys, on the second time, in that 6th phone call, they're going to start answering. Then the 7th and 8th. So if you guys can break out your stacks, again, into 30, 30, 30, and call them from 8 o'clock to 11 consistently, and triple dial each stack, the stack will get smaller and smaller. You're going to resolve your leads, guys. And here, lead resolution is key, especially in telesales, right? We need to make sure that we're talking to quality prospects. Because once you get to a certain point where you can sell, you want to waste your time calling not quality prospects. You want to make sure, okay, the leads I've called, if they told me fuck off, they told me to mess around, I'm not interested, and you rejected it, you couldn't get through the rebuttal, and they hung up on you, you don't want to continue calling them. Does that make sense? So guys, really make it important to resolve those leads, triple dial, and follow the script. I think following the script is really important. We're not saying to follow it because it's magic. We didn't create it. All we did was take a script, add our 2 cents to it, and just make it clearer. So I really recommend, guys, everyone to triple dial that way, break your leads into packs, and follow the script because it's really going to increase your contact ratio. And this business is all about contacts, right? That's why you all have Ringy and CRM Center, all these things, because you guys want as many touch points. So think of it as if I can separate my leads, call them consistently, you're going to contact more people, have more presentations, which in turn will equal to more sales. And it does not matter about your skill level, guys, because at the end of the day, numbers are numbers. You have 100 leads, you call all of them, all 100 answer, 70 of them are probably going to let you talk. Out of the 70, 35 of them are going to actually listen and get to the bottom of the script. Out of the 35, maybe 10 of them you'll be presenting to, you'll close half of that. So you should be making 5 sales per every 100 leads, guys, you guys have, new or aged. And of course, if they're newer, you should make more sales because, you know, they're more higher intent per se. The person just filled it out. That makes sense. Marisa, do you have anything you want to touch on?
So I wanted to ask you because Alex put a great question in the chat, and I think that a lot of agents aren't willing to ask this particular question. So thank you, Alex. He's asking triple dial as in triple dial like 3 times or call 3 times throughout the day 3 times.
No, yeah. So guys, triple dialing means, so right now, if I called Marisa, it would ring 2 times on my phone. I'm gonna hang up right away. I'm gonna call immediately right back. Ring, ring, then I hang up. Then the third time, I'm letting it go to voicemail. That's a triple dial. So it doesn't mean just call them 3 times, one at 8 o'clock, one at 9, one at 10. I mean, like literally right now, I'm gonna pick up my phone. I'm gonna do you guys an example of Marisa. Now, obviously not gonna answer, but I'm just gonna show you guys an example. So this is how I would call her. I would literally just go through, and this is how it sounds like. First ring, and the second ring. Right
Which, like,
away.
I had time to answer, guys, just so y'all are with me. I had time. I had time.
And now I'm calling back again. Second dial. Just one more time. I'm gonna hang up right away. And guys, if they answer on that second call, I'm still hanging up. I mean that. I'll call them right back. If I see zeros, I don't care because I know that's gonna bring more urgency. And then the third call, this time, guys, I let it go to voicemail. Now this time I'll go directly to voicemail. That's a triple dial. Now, again, if I let this ring and you guys time it, it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be 55 seconds to be exact. So if you guys are able to make more dials when that one agent is calling for 1 minute on the phone, one guy, and you guys can call that person 3 times, who has a higher chance of getting them to pick up? The guy was calling them 3 times. And the way we call our business guys, they're leads, like they're warm intent leads. They fill the request out. So they're not upset when they answer. They're just confused, like, who is this? I'm an underwriter getting back to what they're questioning online for insurance for veterans. At that point in time, guys, they're not going to fight me. They say, okay, thanks for calling me. What's it about? And we go into our script. So don't have a limiting belief that you're bothering them because Marisha told me something back in the day that always stuck with me. They're bothering us. We're not bothering them. They made a request. I have to wake my ass up in the morning, get to my office, call my leads, and make them to answer, right? They're bothering me. I can go do many other things in my day. So keep that in mind, that at the same time, we're calling that not only to just to elicit the pickup rate, but you want to know it's urgent, right? And there's urgency behind life insurance. Because I'll tell you, all of you, you guys can predict the day you're going to die. And if you knew someone could call you and you knew that that person was trying to purchase life insurance or sell you life insurance, and you knew you're going to die tomorrow, you're going to answer that phone call. So have that same mindset when you're calling these clients because they put their request in knowing that they need the insurance. So that's why my mindset as I'm calling, you guys know I'm very direct, I'm very straightforward. I don't sway or bend because I know at the end of the day they need the insurance. So everyone on this call, have that W-2 mindset that they need it. The leads, don't say leads suck. Don't say it's the dialing, ain't the dialer. It's not your phone. I use my same phone, guys, for 5 years. The same number, 617-775-9415. Maurice is the same thing as well. Nothing's changed. And they all answer, guys. So just put that in the back of your heads. Really just put the activity behind the phones. That was a little bit rabbit hole, but hope that made sense to you guys.
And now, Rami, let's just say I don't answer, right? When are you calling me back? When are you calling me again?
So like I said, I do my stack. So I'm reaching that first stack of 30. I'm going to go to my second stack of 30, my third stack. And when I get back to that stack, that's when I'm calling her again. I'm making it very structured and articulated and clarified that it's 30, 30, 30. I'm not going to take her lead out and put it somewhere else because I think that, hey, she might answer. No, I'm going to go in that meticulous order and chronological order to make sure I'm resolving my leads and specifically in a chronological order where my newer leads I'm calling, then to my older leads and vice versa. I keep going down the list, then back to my new leads, etc. So all of you should, every single Google Sheet, start color coding it. Every 50, every 25, every 30, put a purple line. So when you guys are calling for your days, you can go back to August 1st and know, okay, 30, 30, 30, and you keep on going to today. And I promise you, you're going to make sales every single day if you do it that way. But a lot of you are probably not going back a month or 2 months. You guys are probably going back a couple weeks because we get a lot of leads, guys, in this business, telesales. So definitely do that. Put it in that order and make sure to go back to those stacks.
Absolutely. So there's definitely like a high probability around me. If I'm your lead and I don't answer the phone at all, I'm going to have 9 missed calls from you by the end of that day.
1,000%, probably 12 to
Absolutely.
15, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say, or even more, guys. So like, be clear. Like, we're not scared. Again, they're not bothering. We're not bothering them. They're bothering us. Like that's how you have to look at it because they sent the request in, and you've had to call them now 12 times to try to get them to answer the phone. And it's not like we're mad at them. We just want to get in touch with them, right? Now Rami just kind of briefly hit on it. He's like, we call up our phone numbers, right? Guys, I think a lot of us are really caught up in the virtual world of like, and by the way, be clear. If you have this dialed in like Heather Robeson, like I'm not talking to Heather on like
Facts.
Heather knows I ain't talking to her, okay? Like because she has Ringy dialed in. Now a lot of us guys, we're just getting started, and that's great. But when we're just getting started, we have to focus on the fundamental basic pieces of the business, which do not include a power dialer. You do not need a power dialer to see success. Me, Rami, we're proof of it. Bree like just started using one and just like dials off of it, I'm pretty sure. Like there's so many different people I can point to in this business. And I was talking to Trey yesterday. He was wrapping up at a lock-in or 2 days ago. And he had said to me, he said, what's funny, Marisa? You mentioned to me at the lock-in the people who just dial off of their phone typically see a better result. And it's because it pops up Maggio Marisa, it pops up Hamadi Rami, it pops up whatever, it pops up a name, guys. It pops up, it's very unlikely that it's going to pop up as spam because it's your actual phone number. Now, that being said, my point is if you're just getting started, a power dialer is great for the future. We need you to get started now, just with this guy, just with this guy, in either sideline or unlisted, so that you have another phone line. I do think it's important to have 2 or 3 phone lines, but one of them is just your phone. And I want to be so clear about that, guys. One of them is just your phone. It's okay it's not illegal to call people 3 times in a row. I promise. I would have already been arrested like 5 years ago at least. So guys, it's like some of us are overcomplicating it. And that's just really what I'm saying with the phone thing is now get an app like Sideline, Unlisted, Burner, whatever one you like. I personally like Sideline or Unlisted. That's just because I've been using them for years. Now, there is a probable chance that you buy a number on Sideline and then you call your friend on the number to see what it's popping up as you should, and it says spam likely. If that happens, you need to delete the number and purchase a new number. You cannot be dialing off of a number that's popping up as spam likely. We're calling predominantly veterans, guys. They're looking for a reason not to trust us. Like, I'm just being honest. So, like, let's not give them one right from the jump, right? So, let's just dial off of our phone number and realize, hey, if I can get the activity in on my own phone, like that's huge. I don't have to use this whole system and worry about, oh, did the leads translate or like, am I being compliant? It's like, hey, let's pump the brakes and let's just go right back to the basics. So what I will say though, again, guys, if you get Sideline, Unlisted, Burner, call somebody. I don't care if you call me every morning. You need to make sure that that number is not coming up as spam. You got to make sure. Um, Outside of that, we're going to hit on objections and rebuttals, almost really just like a phone clinic training of like exactly what to say. And we're going to share a PDF in hopes that this will help everybody essentially just kind of get fluid in how they handle their objections and rebuttals. We did put on the PDF 2 different versions, if you will, of how to object or rebuttal based off of who you are, your style. You can customize it to you. But that being said, we're going to hit on the main ones, which are going to be, I already got that taken care of, aka I have coverage. I'm not interested. I can't afford it. I don't remember filling this out. Can you call me back? And you can kind of tell that they're really not busy or driving. So if there's anything else that you guys feel like we missed, feel free to drop it in the chat. But that being said,
And
Rami,
Reese,
you're ready to role play with me?
yes, before we go into it, I just want to mention one
Go
thing,
for it.
guys. For guys who are using your phones, even like Ringy or any automated system, make sure you guys are registering your phone numbers with these 2 websites because, like Marisa said, a majority of those numbers are going to be spam, guys. A lot of people in sales, insurance in general, use these systems not only for insurance but for many type of outreach. I mean it, like they use it throughout the whole United States. When you guys can use those websites, that you can register your phone number. All of us are 1099. We all have an EIN, an employee identification number. What that means is you're able to be doing a DBA, doing business as. Long story short, what that allows you to do is register your phone number with your EIN that's tied to who you are and put Marisa Maggio, Rami Hamadi. And then whenever you call from those numbers that's on Ringy, Sideline, Unlisted, you can register them. Now, is it a perfect system? No. Sometimes you put them there, it won't clear them, but majority of the time it will. So I recommend everybody to definitely use those websites and sign up your phone numbers or call your carrier and say, hey, I want my name to be on my caller ID and I might be on a spam list. Can you clean it? Can you remove me? Do that, guys, every couple of weeks and just check on your phone numbers because I promise you, you have a huge contact ratio doing that. And that's why me and Marisa see a lot of success on our phones because one, they're branded to our caller IDs from AT&T, Verizon, etc. Most importantly, we're adding our numbers on First Orient and Haya. Now, if you guys have any problem doing it, contact them. We don't control that, but they should be able to help you guys get through and register it. But make sure you do that, okay? It's really important to register your phone numbers so it shows your name and not spam likely.
Yeah, that's huge. And guys, I'll share a document too. We'll get it out with everything else. That's essentially how to register your phone numbers for those out there who might be wondering. All right, but that all being said, we're gonna hit on objections and rebuttals. So Rami's gonna essentially, fake call me. I'm gonna hit him with some objections. He's gonna rebuttal me back. And guys, one thing I always said to myself, like up until maybe like a year ago, and I just kind of hit me when I was thinking about this call, is an objection isn't always a no. It's typically not a no. You got to look at an objection like it's a concern. It's a smoke screen. However you want to view it. It's a insert, excuse, so to say. And all we have to do is disarm that. So that's really all we're trying to do is disarm their excuse and just move forward. So Rami, you want to do like a fake ring ring?
Yeah, ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, Marisa.
Yes.
Hi, Marisa. This is Rami Hamadi. I'm quickly reaching out to you regarding the request you made online, veteran life insurance. You list your date of birth as September 3 of 93. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The purpose of my call, it's my job to explain the programs you may qualify for. I'm just going to verify information you provided so I can work with proper options.
Well, I actually already got it taken care of. Thank you.
Okay, I understand that. Again, so that's purpose of my call. It looks like nobody from my office has reached out to you. It's just my job to explain that all the options are properly explained to you and that you're in the best rate class possible. Again, I have your email as marisamaggio@ffl@gmail.com.
Yes.
Are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Non-smoker.
Any major
Okay.
health concerns?
No.
Okay. And
And you're just gonna rock.
Yep. So at that point, guys, I'm going through the script. Do you work or are you working, retired, disabled?
Working.
Are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
Married.
Is your husband a non-smoker as well in good health?
Yep.
It's important, guys, to ask this question for the spouse. And most importantly, Marisa, when you took the time to fill the request out, what was your biggest concern or who are you looking to protect?
I think I just wanted to make sure, we have the right insurance. That's all.
Perfect. And guys, at that point, you continue to go into your script and just go into one call close. I will tell her I understand that. I'll say grab pen and paper. We do everything virtually over the phone. It'll take me 15 minutes, and she'll grab the pen and paper. At that point, guys, you've kind of overcome the speed bump, the objection. I got it taken care of. Now, there's another way you guys can do it. I'm gonna ask Marisa. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing, and she's gonna respond this way as well, because there's many ways to skin a cat. So ring ring.
Hello?
No, okay.
You want me to
great.
call you? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. All right. Ring ring.
Hello?
Rami?
Yes, this is Rami.
Rami, this is Marisa Maggio. Just quickly getting back to you about that request you had sent in regarding the veteran life insurance coverage. You had put your date of birth as 8/5/91. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I did that, but I think I already got that taken care of. I think I got that taken care of already.
Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. I'm a broker, so I help my clients save hundreds of dollars each year. That's probably why you came across my desk. Now, how much coverage did you end up going with?
I believe 10,000.
10,000. And how much are you paying for it a month?
I don't know, 180.
About 180? Okay. All right. And now, Rami, are you working, retired, or disabled?
I'm retired currently.
Okay. And are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
I'm married.
Married. Okay. And are you and your spouse smokers or non-smokers?
Non-smokers.
Any major health concerns?
No, thank God, nothing.
All right, great to hear. And then if you could just grab a pen and paper, I just want to give you some quick information. And if you could just grab your spouse, that way we can all go through it together.
Sure. All right, she's here.
Okay, and then I'm just going to go through it, guys. So There's two ways we can handle that. We can kind of pull the insurance to the front, or we can kind of push the insurance to the back and say, hey, don't worry about it. Essentially, no one from our office has gotten back to you. So pick your style, right? There's neither way is wrong, okay? Next one's going to be I'm not interested. So Rami just called me. Rami,
Ring, ring.
yeah, I did that. I'm just not interested.
I understand that, Marisa. I'm not interested either. However, it is my job to complete my return requirement and release liability. What that means is getting the information you requested out to you. I have your date of birth down as 9/3/93.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, you're a non-smoker or a smoker.
I'm just really not interested though.
I completely understand that, Marisa. I'm not interested either. But again, it is my job as the underwriter assigned to your case to explain the information. And now you're working or not working, retired or disabled.
I'm working right now.
And are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
I'm married.
All right. And when you made the request, Marisa, what was your biggest concern when you filled it out? Who are you looking to protect?
Like I said, I'm really not that, I'm not that interested in it. I'm just not.
I get it. Well, Marisa, most veterans fill the form for one of three reasons, and you filled the form out, which means I understand that you're looking into this. It was probably because you have no insurance and you know you need some. You might have some insurance, but you need a little bit more, or you're trying to leave some money behind for your family so nobody's being burdened. What category applies to you?
Yeah, that third one. I was just trying to leave some behind. It's just really expensive.
I understand that. So again, the purpose of my call, I'm the underwriter who's been assigned to you. It's my job to explain the program you may qualify for. Do me a favor, grab a pen and paper. Take me 15 minutes to go over the options.
Got it. Boom. And guys, in that coming out, typically you get like what the real objection is, which in my case was I just was already shown costs and I didn't think I could afford it. But we have to remember people are people, guys. People don't want to say I can't afford it. That's hard for somebody to say. Some people will, you know what I mean? Other people, it's hard for them to get there, especially men, respectfully. It's hard for them to be like, I want it, but I can't afford it. But if you call it in the room, right? Like how Rami just did, he's like, there's three reasons. I'm like to leave a legacy, but I couldn't afford it, right? So it's like now he just already identified that, but he's just gonna move on in his script. He's not gonna stay there. Sometimes we get caught up because we just stay there.
Exactly. And guys, like Risha said, the main point is to deflect it. Like take the objection for a second, deflect it right away, and go right back into the script. Like you just want to kind of give them a sentence where they get confused, like they're stunned, like a deer in headlights. Yeah, I get that. I'm not interested either. I understand you think you don't need it, but you made the request. It's my job to explain it and go right into the script. Most of the time, they're not going to keep saying, I'm not interested. They're going to at one point just let go. Now, they may hang up later on in that conversation, but the whole point is to get through the intro, let them know who you are, what you're talking about. Because like Mirza said, most of the time it's just an excuse, and typically this is the main reason why they think they don't need it. Well, I'm going to call Marisa. So Marisa, you want to call me real quick?
Yep. Ring ring.
Hello?
Rami?
Yes, this is Rami.
Rami, this is Marisa Maggio, just quickly getting back to you about that request you had sent in regarding the veteran life insurance coverage. You
Yeah,
put your date of birth.
I'm not interested in Marisa current at this point in time. I'm just not interested.
I understand that. Most of my clients say that because they don't think they can qualify or someone showed them something too expensive. Which one was it for you?
I know that someone called me about a week ago. They told me, the price is around 300-400 bucks. I'm just looking to cover my funeral. I don't think it's worth it. I think I can self-insure and save the money in the bank.
300-400 bucks. Wow. Okay. No, I can definitely understand why you wouldn't be interested in that. Anything we're going to be looking at today, Rami, it's going to be most importantly affordable and within your budget. If you could just grab a pen and paper, I want to give you my information.
Sure.
All right, my first name is Marisa. I'm going to spell it out. And guys, I'm just going to jump right into it. But now I know, to Rami's point, $400 is out of his range, right? I'm not going to show him $400 a month because, guys, some agents will just show one option, and then the person's like, "Oh, they don't like it. They get off the phone, whatever." It's like, and they think that's the only option. So, keep an open mind. All right. So the next one's going to be can't afford it. Okay. So this time I'm going to call, Rami's going to call me. I'm going to tell him I can't afford it.
Hi, Marisa.
Yep.
Hi, this is Rami Hamadi. I'm quickly getting back to you about the request you made online, veteran life insurance. I have your date of birth down as 9/3/91. 9/3. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
My year 91, guys.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Yep. That's my date of birth, but no, I'm good. I can't afford it. Thanks for calling.
I understand that, Marisa. Now, I'm a broker. I work with all the state-regulated carriers. I'm able to find the most affordable rate. Just my job to do the shopping for you. Are you a current smoker or non-smoker?
I'm not a smoker.
And do you have any major health concerns?
I have some health concern, but nothing crazy.
Any heart attack, stroke, or cancer?
No,
And are you working, retired, disabled?
I retired,
And are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
single.
All right. And when you made the request, what was your biggest concern? Who are you looking to protect? Who would you not like to burden?
I just wanted to leave a little bit extra behind for my daughter, but like I said, I don't know if I can afford it.
Get that? No worries. This phone call is only going to take 15 minutes. Like I mentioned to you prior, I do the shopping for you. I'll be able to compare your rate across all 85 top A-rated companies. I work with low-income households all the time. Well, I'll definitely be able to find you coverage. I just need 15 minutes of your time. Grab that pen and paper for me.
All right, I got it.
All right. Then my name, my phone number. Like, guys, the main point of that is you just want to be direct to them and say, hey, I get you think you can't afford it, but you're not me. You don't do my job. You don't have the license. You haven't gotten any rates yet. So how you think it's unaffordable? So right away, guys, explain to them that, hey, no worries, I get that. I'm a broker. So you just want to explain to them that, hey, I can do the shopping for you. And don't be afraid to say that. I can shop around for you. It's my job to find the most affordable rate. And I work with all the companies. So if you think it's too expensive, it's not going to be. I work with families who are in the same situation like you, the herd mentality, and you go right back into your script. And again, most of the time, guys, when you get to the end, you realize they can't afford it. They just thought it's going to cost $400 or $500 a month.
Yeah, herd mentality, no doubt. And guys, with every objection, just like Rami's saying, like you're accepting what they're saying very quickly. Like, right, he's like, no worries, I'm a broker. I work with all the state regulated carriers. I'm able to find the most affordable option, right? You're accepting what there's, you're hearing them, it's too expensive. You're reflecting on it, right, through that sentence. And then you're redirecting the conversation by saying, I have your date of birth here as boom, 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 right? So you're accepting what they're saying, you're reflecting on it, basically saying, I work with people on low income all the time, no big deal. And then you're redirecting the conversation to the date of birth. So if you can think about that on the phone, like accept, reflect, redirect, that's all we're doing on any objection and rebuttal. It is important to know, guys, no matter how good you get at objections and rebuttals, they are leads, they're not sales, right? That being said, I would say about at least 50% of people hang up on me till this day, and that's normal. That's normal, guys. Okay. But okay.
Call them back.
I was gonna say exactly. Call them back, no doubt. And until they know you're calling about life insurance, A, B, C, D, until they know that, that's not until they go right on my sheet, just so y'all are with me. But all right, Rami.
All right.
Can't
Now I'll
afford
call
it.
you. Yeah. Now I'll call you. Yep. So, hey, Marisa,
Yes.
what are you calling me? I'm
No, I'm
sorry.
calling you. Hey, Rami.
Yes, Marisa. Oh, yes.
It's Marisa getting back to you about the request you sent in regarding the veteran life insurance coverage.
I saw
You
my
put your
caller
date.
ID.
What?
I saw my caller ID. I saw your name.
Oh,
Yes.
you did? Okay, perfect. I love when my veterans can see my name pop up. So even better. So I'm getting back to you, and you put your date of birth here is 8591.
That's correct.
Right. Now, Rami, are you working, retired, or disabled?
I'm working.
Okay, and are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
I'm married.
Okay. And most importantly, when you had sent the request in, who were you looking to protect, or what was your biggest concern?
I want to protect my family, but I don't think I can really afford it right now, Marisa, at this point in time.
Okay, Rami, I work with people on fixed income like Social Security and disability, and I can get them affordable coverage. Is that the situation you're in?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm on social. I'm on a tight budget.
Okay, no, I completely understand. Again, I work with folks on fixed incomes day in and day out. My top priority is to make sure anything we're looking at today is affordable and within your budget. Grab a pen and paper,
Okay, got it.
and then I'm just going to give you my information. It all goes back to like your understanding and acknowledging what the person is saying, and then you're reflecting on it and you're just redirecting, saying, "Hey, I got you. Like we got you." Because guys, at the end of the day, it's like we're not over here BSing as a captive company. We work with literally 80 different companies. So it's like if we're not showing them the best rate, like that's our fault, right? That's on us. But we probably are going to be able to beat, and especially most 100% of the time, I don't want to say 100, 80% of the time, we're going to be able to beat a captive company's rate. And I think it's really important that we're all aware of that. So that's guys can't afford it. All
And
right.
want to touch on one thing, guys. So I'm sorry to interject, Marisa. It's that when they fill a request out, guys, they can afford it. And I'm telling you, like, in my whole book of business, I don't think there's been many clients that really could not afford it. Like, right, put the application in, insufficient funds, it can't get redrafted. It's typically because they think they can get more coverage for the same amount of cost or the same coverage for a cheap amount of cost. So you're able to just kind of explain to them that, hey, I get it. You're on low income. We work with low income all the time. It's my job to assist you and get the best rate possible. When you go through your script and you ask the right qualifying questions, you're going to look at the income of the husband, the wife, the social, disability, how much of the mortgage, what's the rent. You're going to figure out, okay, can they really not afford it in the beginning when they were telling me that, or was it just an excuse? And 99% of the time, guys, they can't afford it, or they would not be making a request for an insurance agent to call them trying to sell them life insurance. Like they understand like we're agents calling them. They're not stupid. Like they know that. Now they may act like we're telemarketers, but they definitely understand who we are. So at the end of the day, just keep that in the back of your head, and I mean it, like have full confidence that they can afford it and always assume the sale at all times. Like Marisa's always taught me and one of her old mentors, always assume the sale at all times. So even on the phone, before I even know who you are, I'm assuming you can buy. I'm assuming you're going to qualify. I'm assuming you want it. And when I'm talking to you, they can feel that energy on the voice, my tonality. And that's going to help you guys overcome these objections, not by what you say, but it's how you say it. And Marisa's very good at that because there are clients that I'll call and they'll hang up on me and then she'll call and she'll get to the end. It's because it's just how you say it. So keep that in mind that they're not filling it out if they don't need it, okay? Or if they can't afford it, pretty much. Unless they're looking for, again, to make their family rich and use the insurance system to their advantage, which is very rare. Sometimes it happens.
All right. So definitely no doubt there. And we're gonna hit next guys on. I don't remember filling this out. So Rami's gonna call me on this one.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Marisa.
Yeah.
Hi, Marisa. This is Rami Hamadi. I'm quickly reaching out to you with the
You
request
called
you
me
made.
3 times.
Yes, correct. I'm just getting back to you regarding the request you made online for veteran life insurance programs. Remember doing that, correct?
No, I don't remember filling this out. No.
Yeah,
No.
no worries. I understand that completely. It was a request you made online. It was the video you watched to make sure that when you pass away, that your family's taken care of. It was life insurance for veterans only. You list your date of birth, September 3, 93. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I still don't remember.
All right. You don't remember going online on Facebook and typing your information, your email, marisamaj@gmail.com.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I remember. I remember.
And it seems here you put your branch of service was the Army. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many years did you serve?
5.
Thank you for your service. And your current smoker, Marisa, or non-smoker?
Non-smoker.
And do you have any major health concerns, heart attack, stroke, or cancer?
No.
All right. And are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
Married.
And when your husband is he in good health as well, or your spouse? He's
Great
not a
health.
smoker as well. Excellent. Happy to
Yep.
hear that. Now, Marisa, when you did make the request, when you filled the form out online, what was your biggest concern? Who are you looking to protect?
I just want to make sure that, me and my husband's final arrangements are taken care of.
I understand. That's like most veterans. So again, the purpose of my call, I'm just the veteran underwriter who's been assigned to you. It is my job to explain all the programs you may qualify for. We do everything virtually over the phone. Grab a pen and paper. It'll take me 15 minutes to go over your options.
Perfect. Got it.
So guys, at that point, when someone is always like, pushing back on, I don't fill it out, I don't fill it out. Now, you say that, just be like, no worries. I understand it was a request made online for veteran life insurance. Now, I remember filling that out. Go to the branch of service. I don't have my Google sheet in front of me, so like, we're role playing it, but go right back to the branch of service because they're manually entering it or clicking it. Those are extra fillers added there to, even put it up there because how can we know what kind of branch of service is it? We can take their email, fine, age, fine. Branch of service, pretty hard to utilize unless you're doing some deep digging. So at the end of the day, use that, guys, and that's why it's there. Just to kind of the information they give us, we use against them. And that's all I did there. Her email, her age, and then what I did, I tried to use the branch service.
And he helped me come back to it, guys, because we have to remember, like, some people literally don't remember what they ate for breakfast. Okay, like, so he just brought me back. That's all he did, and that's normal. And usually people are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, I'll get the pen and paper, right? Because they feel like a jerk. But awesome, that was perfect.
You want to call me Marisa real quick?
Yep. So ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, Rami.
Yes.
This is Marisa Maggio, just quickly getting back to you about that request you had sent in regarding the veteran life insurance coverage. You remember that, right?
No, I remember doing that.
Okay, no worries. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. Most of my clients are looking for life insurance to cover burial expenses, cover cremation costs, or leave a legacy. Which one was it for you?
Well, I want to leave some money on it for my family and just make sure no one's buried when I pass away.
Okay, I hear you. So I have your date of birth here as 8/5/91. Is that right?
Yeah, but I still don't remember where that came from.
Okay, and I have your email here as rhamadifffl@gmail.com and that you served in the Marines?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so this was the request you had sent in. It looks like here on Instagram regarding the veteran life insurance coverage. Now, Rami, I'm just the veteran consultant assigned to your file. So it does just take me about 15 minutes to go over that information. Just grab a pen and paper and we'll get it knocked down, okay?
Okay, I think I remember filling that out. You're right on Instagram. I remember seeing that video. You're right.
Yeah, it was like a video you watched, an ad, you filled in your basic information because, of course, Rami, I just wouldn't have all this in front of me. So grab that pen and paper, sir.
That makes sense. Yep, I have it right here. I'm sorry about that.
Uh,
I do remember now. And guys, they do say
uh,
that. No joke.
I know they do. Now, before we get started, are you married, single, divorced, or widowed?
I'm married.
Married, and is your spouse available as well?
Yes, she is. She's just upstairs.
Awesome. What's her first name?
Marisa.
Marisa. Okay, just go grab Marisa, and I want to say hello to her, and we'll get started.
Okay. I grabbed her, guys, and now we go into the application. We go into the script process. That's it. Just keep going down the
And,
script.
and guys, I feel like that's a common theme. Is like we don't have them grab the spouse, and I know it can be uncomfortable to be like, oh, go get, what's your spouse's name? Just guys, the best way to ask the spouse's name is, hey, now, Rami, what's your spouse's name? Just so I'm not rude here in our conversation. Like there's nothing crazy about, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's your spouse? Just so I'm not rude. Oh, her name is Mary. Okay, go grab Mary for me. Okay, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. They're like grateful that somebody actually cares enough to get Mary involved. Or they're gonna say, I make this decision solely without Mary. I'm looking for coverage only for me, not on Mary. It's not gonna be Mary's decision, and they're adamant about it. If they're that way, they're telling you on the front end, I am the buyer. I don't need Mary's input on it. I'm going to tell Mary after the fact, right? So if that's the case, okay, cool. One leg. One leg means only one of the spouses is present. But you really should, there's going to be very limited times that a one leg is going to work. Because if Rami wasn't Rami, who's the licensed life insurance agent, the client isn't going to be able to go explain to their spouse what we just explained to them. 99 out of 100 times. You know what I mean? So it's so important to get the spouse there. And more often than not, they're giving more buy-in as to why. Because if I'm sitting next to somebody who I love and care about, I'm more likely to take action on making sure that when I die, they're protected, right? Just like how it's so important. I know that I'm getting a little off track here, but I think it's really important, guys. If they're going to leave it to their kids, and you're like, how many kids do you have? And they're like, two. What are their names? Just so I'm not rude in our conversation. John and Jack. Okay, perfect. Now throughout the whole entire script, you're able to refer to now that when that day comes that you pass on, we're going to make sure John and Jack are taken care of. How much like John and Jack, we're repeating the beneficiary throughout, and that's some powerful stuff there, guys. So, last one is going to be, can you call me back? So Rami's going to call me, and this is essentially just so y'all are rocking with us. This is like, can you call me back? And they sound like they're like at their house chilling with a cup of coffee. Okay, like that's what we're rocking with here. So go ahead, Rami, whenever you're ready.
All right, ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, Marisa.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Rami Hamadi. I'm getting back to what the request you had made online for life insurance for veterans. You list your date of birth as 9/3/93.
Yeah, can you call me back?
Let me look at my calendar. Today I have a 4 o'clock or a 6 p.m. I can put you down for. What works best for you?
Um, what is this about?
With the insurance for veterans, the request you made online. You listed your branch of service was the Navy. You're age 64. It was a request you made to make sure that your family's not burdened if you passed away, that they're able to have
Okay.
affordable life insurance.
Okay, got it. Can you just call me back?
Again, I could put you down for either a 4 or 6 p.m. today. What works best for you?
6.
All right, perfect. Have you scheduled for 6 p.m. I'm going to verify a couple of things so I can show you some numbers when we talk next time. It says here your date of birth is 9/3/93 and your beneficiary is your spouse. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, this is a cell phone number.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to send you my credentials, okay? I'm going to take a look at your phone for me.
Okay.
All right, grab a piece of paper and a pen.
Okay.
Then you guys are going to the script process. Now, Maria's meant to call me and say that she was busy because she's supposed to say this part. Because how I respond to that is I just say, no worries, I understand you're busy. This phone call will take 30 seconds only. We do this by appointment only. I have your date of birth as 9/3/93. Are you a smoker or non-smoker? Any major health concerns? You guys know I use those same 4 bullet points. That's like my discovery call. And I hope all of you do the same to some extent because it's going to keep your person in that lane. It's like, the bowling alley that you have the speed bumps that come on the side rails where you cannot get a gutter ball. That's what you want to do when it comes down to objections. Whereas I'm going to say that no worries is going to take on 30 seconds only. I'm going to verify what you provided. I'm going to continue asking the proper questions. Then I'll put you in my calendar if I hear it like you're actually busy. Sounds noise in the background, you're at work, you're rushing me off the phone. At that point in time, I'll say, okay, so we do this by appointment only. I can put you down later on this evening, always for the same day. That way they stay with me, or tomorrow. Don't book anything more than 24 hours out in telesales. We say 48 in the field, but now me actually doing telesales is 24 hours. Anything after that, just a no-show. But you guys can, but we recommend same night or that day. Now, like Marisa said, if you think that they're actually not busy and they're bullshitting you and they're actually listening and you can hear TV in the background, they're at home. My wife's not here, but she's talking in the background. Who is that? Who are you talking to? Hang up on them. At that point, just keep on going. Just say, hey, just deflect it and just keep on going and say, I get that. I'm going to verify a couple things so I can show you some numbers next time we talk, right? Hey, I'm going to give you information that you're asking, the quotes. Then you say, no worries. I have you here, date of birth is. Now I'm bringing them right back into script. So the ball hit the side rail, it's back in the middle, and the canopins making that sale. And I just want to keep pushing that ball down all the way until it hits the canopins. And that's by getting to a presentation. So when anyone says they're busy, guys, they're probably not. Because in our reality, they're not going to answer I will not answer my phone call if someone calls me. Like right now, while I've been on the Zoom, I've had about 6 missed calls, but I didn't answer it because I'm busy. I'm sure all of you have tons of missed calls on your phone, messages. So when they're actually busy, they're not going to answer the phone, guys. When they answer and now they hear your voice all uppity and all like excited, and that's when they say, okay, I'm busy. So have a strong
Yeah.
tonality, monotone. Just make sure they understand that you're calling from a W-2 like office because we are technically a business. So even your own room is an office to you guys, and I mean that. That is your office. You're working out of your household. You're a 1099 contractor. You own your own business. Act like it. So pretend like you're calling from your office as if you have a job, a supervisor right behind you. Or if you don't talk in this tone, in a very monotonality, you're being fired. Any elevation of tone, any decrease in tonality can hurt your cadence. Just make sure, guys, again, when you're talking to the clients and they say they're busy, just don't listen to it. Just kind of keep on going. But if you think they are, pivot to an appointment because I do appointments only. I'll be honest. I don't want call close, and you guys know I sell, so I'm going to tell you appointments work. I don't want anybody thinking appointments don't work. But to each your own. Some people do a better job on call closing. Some do a better job at booking appointments. The main fact is just don't let their BS interfere with your mindset of protecting the family. Just like Marisa said, deflect the smoke screen, put on your goggles, the mask, and just keep on going through. Walk through the smoke. I guarantee you the other side's clear. You just have to understand that you're in a smoke screen. Once you can actually define that and understand that it's just an excuse, let me just keep on pushing. It's going to happen. Now, are we telling you guys that after 100 people you call, you say this exact verbiage you're going to get through 100 times? No. What I will tell you is if you do say this exact verbiage and you do an objection and you don't sit there and dwell on that objection, out of 100 people that will tell you no, 50 to 60 of them are going to listen to you and allow you to present or like hear, be more open to listening. And the name of the game, guys, is opening that door, right? Making sure that when I get them on the phone, they know who I am, what I'm calling about, and what the purpose of my call is. And all of our purpose here today is A, protecting the family most importantly, but B, explaining the options, find the problem, presenting a solution, and making it affordable and making it make sense by making it simple. We're not going to overcomplicate this. So when it comes down to being busy, you either continue pushing or you go for an appointment. And you guys will figure out what your personality can handle when you start actively doing this. Because me and Marisa can do this for days, and Christina, and how to become on here and go back and forth, back and forth. But until you guys actually get in the trenches and start dialing and using these, you will not sound like me, Christina, and Marisa. You will not sound like Heather. You're going to sound like a new agent. So our point is, guys, is that use these as a crutch, but don't use it as like a hand-holding thing. Just keep it understanding that you're going to need to balance the objection however you can to keep them on the phone. And as long as they're staying on the phone with you, you're winning. Every day you can get someone further along is the better you're getting. And at one point, all of us should be able to make a long call close and someone saying, hey, I'm busy. I'm not interested. I don't remember doing that. But get the same objections, guys, right? So master it, master one lane, go to the next. Once you master all three, it's pretty much what can they tell us? Like, what? I don't want the insurance anymore? It's like, yes, you do. You just filled it out 2 days ago. It's like, who talked to you? Me or Marisa? Who sold you? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Who actually was able to protect that family? Because I've seen it myself where I've called people 3 days later. I thought they were bullshitting me. They bought insurance 2 days prior, and it's my fault because I listened, and this is like back in the day. So long story short, Just continue to push and just believe in yourselves that no matter what they say, you guys can overcome it.
No doubt. And guys, that push and like the objections and rebuttals goes back to how we kind of break clients into those three categories. A third of clients are going to buy from anyone. Okay. Like they're going to buy from anybody, anyone on here with the license could call them and they're going to buy the insurance. The second category needs, a little bit of a push in the right direction, which we kind of do with the script. Okay. Like that's the second category. And then the third category, like they're just not going to buy from anybody. Now, guys, that second category, you're missing out on that category if you're not using it. If you're just like, if they're like, I already got that taken care of, and you're like, okay, Donna, make it a great day. Call me
Do you
if
have
you
any
need anything.
questions? Yeah, no.
Donna's never going to call you. She's never going to call you ever, ever in life. I promise. And if she does, I don't know, like you're jinxed as an agent, because it doesn't happen, guys, is my point. Now, Bree had asked a question here. I get a lot of people that say you could get that information, anywhere. What would you say to that?
So I'm very direct, Bree. You know me. I'm direct. I'd say, well, Bree, to be honest, you definitely fill this form out online. You go on Facebook. I'm looking at it right here. It was a video you watched that explained about living benefits and how the VA has too much expensive rates. You want affordable insurance. You put down your branch of service, your age, your DOB. Now, if you guys are not like me and want to say that to somebody and are scared about burning it, just say, okay, I understand that, Bree. I know you think that I can get it from anywhere, but first and foremost, sir, I am a veteran consultant. I work with veterans 6 days a week. You made a request on Facebook, on YouTube. Find the source on the sheet. Tell them that, like Marisa did. It was that request you did online, that video. Bring it back to the ad, and hopefully that sparks recollection. And if they don't, you just keep on pushing. You just keep going through. You say, well, it was a request you filled out online. You probably did it because you want to make sure that when you do die, your family's not being burdened, and that nobody has to look at their coffee cup and think, how do I pay my bills? How do I handle my funeral? How do I pay my mortgage? Now, at that point, they should be more receptive. But if they continue saying you could get the info from anywhere, I say, sure, of course, but I'm calling about the request you made online. I didn't pull this from anywhere. It's the request you made on Facebook or Google.
No doubt. And guys, don't get too detailed on the ad. Sometimes because it's what it shows on our leads in the ad, it will be like blue video final expense Facebook. You don't want to be like, it was the blue video final expense Facebook. You want to be like, it looks like you had watched a video on Facebook about final expenses for veterans. So it's like if you can't flip that in your brain right now, don't use the ad. You have enough ammo with everything else from name, date of birth, how much coverage they were looking for, branch of the military, email. Like if somebody had all that on me, I'd be like, okay, I definitely filled the thing out. I might not even remember, but I filled it out, right? But that being said, I hope that this was helpful. Rami, anything else you want to add in or anybody wants to add in?
Guys, real quick, we just kind of didn't touch on this. You both are really good at solidifying appointments. So if you call someone, Rami, I know you do pretty much all appointments, but say you're running a vet lead, right? You're calling a vet lead, you're trying to one call close them and they're driving. So you
Okay.
have to book an appointment. Can you guys, no, don't do their driving because they're not going to be able to grab a pen and paper and I want you guys to solidify it. They're at work. So Rami, if you call me and I'm at work, can we run that? I'm going to
Yeah.
have an appointment with you. What you'd say?
Yeah. Ring, ring.
Hello,
Hey, Christina.
this is Christina.
Hey, so this is Rami Hamadi. I'm just quickly reaching out to you regarding the request you made online for the life insurance for veterans. You listed your date of birth as December 16th of 1991. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, Rami, but I'm at work right now. I can't do this right now.
Okay, I understand that. This phone call will only take 30 seconds. It's just my job to verify what you put down so I can work with the proper options for either Friday or Saturday. Have your branch of service as the Army. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Are you a smoker or non-smoker?
I don't smoke.
Do you have any major health concerns?
No,
And are you working, retired, disabled?
I'm working. I told you I'm at work right now.
They make me ask these questions, ma'am. And most importantly, when you fill the form out, who are you looking to protect? What was your biggest concern?
My son, John.
Sunshine, got it. Okay, Christina. So again, it's my job as the underwriter assigned to you just to explain the programs. Well, that being said, I'm wrapping up the families in the county on both Friday and Saturdays upcoming week. What time are both you and your spouse home together on a Friday or Saturday?
We're both home on Saturday.
Okay, I can put you guys on the morning or afternoon. What time is best?
Morning works best.
I can squeeze you in between appointments around a 9:15 or I can do an 8:30.
9:15 is good.
All right, Christina, do me a favor, grab a pen and paper. I want you to write down my first name, my last name, and my phone number. It's my direct contact line.
All right, 1 second. All right, I have the pen and paper.
So my first name is Rami, R as in Roger, A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, I as in Internet. My last name is Samadi, H as in Henry, A as in Alpha, M as in Mike, A as in Alpha, D as in Delta, Y as in Yankee. And my direct contact line, the number I'm calling you on, is 617-775-9415. And Christina, all I kindly ask of you, just allow me to have a 15-minute window on either side. It depends on the veteran before you. Sometimes I have a couple extra questions. It takes me longer to find a program to qualify for. I may call you 15 minutes early, but I may call you 20 minutes late.
Okay.
All right. We'll look forward to talking to you on Saturday at 9:15. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what I do, guys.
And-
I make sure they grab the pen and paper and stuff.
Exactly. And Rami or Marisa, either or, can you guys talk about why it's so important to solidify the appointment and make them grab the pen and paper?
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the psychology behind it. It's like if you make somebody do something, now you're in control of that conversation. And we're not trying to be in control for the wrong reasons, guys. We're trying to be in control to make sure A, we're not wasting our time. B, they actually know when the appointment is. Because like if someone called me right now, straight up, somebody calls me right now when we get off this call and I answer my phone and they're like, oh, I can put you in for tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, yeah, tomorrow at 6 is fine. I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna. Even if it texts me and tells me, I'm not gonna remember. There's nothing like if the person makes me get a pen and paper, guess what? Now I'm gonna put it on my calendar. Now I'm gonna tell, Rami about it. Now it's an appointment. But it's just like, oh no, yeah, can I call you back tomorrow at 6? Yeah, okay, talk to you then. No. They ain't gonna answer tomorrow at 6. They're probably never gonna answer you again. So the psychology behind writing the information down is now they have your information. And now, should somebody else call them because they filled out multiple different requests, because that does happen, guys, they're going to be like, I already have an appointment with Rami. I'm good to go. Like, thanks. I'm actually all set. And they're going to hang up on the person because Rami took his time to have them get the pen and paper, show clarity of who he is by first name, last name, phone number, and giving the date and time of the appointment and asking for that window, guys. Because there's going to be days that you don't need the window. There's going to be days that you wish you asked for an hour window because you're so behind on your schedule. So that being said, that's why it's important, guys. The person is so much more likely to answer the phone should they get a pen and paper. If the person doesn't get a pen and paper and I schedule that appointment on my own calendar, I rank my appointments from 0 to 4, simply meaning, do I think they're going to answer the phone? Not do I think they're going to buy, not do I think they're going to tell me to fly a kite when we talk. Do I think they're going to answer the phone? And if they do not grab a pen and paper, that appointment is ranked 0 because there is a very, very low likelihood that they're going to answer. Therefore, I want to double book that slot to make sure I do have somebody to talk to at 9:15. Should Rami not show up or should Christina not show up, right? So that's why it's so important, because they're actually putting their mind to it and they're that much more likely to tell their spouse. If someone's like, oh, talk to you tomorrow at 6, like, I mean, like, their spouse might not be around. You didn't do a good job, respectfully. Okay. And in addition, I want to add, if somebody is driving and you're in that situation, okay. So Christina, I understand you're driving right now and you probably can't grab a pen and paper. That's completely okay. Don't want to risk lives. I always say that. And people laugh. Don't want to risk lives. And I'll say, Christina, when we hang up, I'm going to give you a call back. Let me go to your voicemail. I'm going to leave all my important information, such as my full name, the date and time of the appointment, which is tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. with you and Sal. I look forward to speaking with you then. Again, my name's Marisa. Make it a great day. And then I'm going to call and I'm going to literally read the script for appointment setting. I'm going to say, my first name is this, and I'm going to spell it just like Rami did. And I'm like, I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. That now still on my scale of 0 to 4, if that person's going to answer, it's still 0 because I was not able to get Christina to grab a pen and paper, right? Like, so that's the biggest thing is, are they grabbing a pen and paper? And if they are, they're just, in my opinion, Rami, correct, like at least 50% more likely to answer that call.
100%. And guys, back in the field, the one thing we used to do to tie down appointments is ask them what color of the house is it, right? Where's the mailbox? Do I park in the driveway or the street? Do we ask those questions because we needed to literally know what color the house was? No, there's Google Maps or the mailbox or the number is. Doesn't matter. The number is. We know where the house is, but or the street or the driveway. I'll park 2 streets down. Doesn't matter. The point of saying that is to tie down the appointment. And so they understood that, okay, they can envision somebody coming to their house. So on telesales, When you guys have someone, write down the pen and paper, like write down the name, my phone number, the time of our appointment, reiterate what you're going to call about if they're envisioning that appointment. So you guys want to make sure that you're actually tying down every single appointment. Because if you don't tie down the appointments, like Marisa said, they're just not going to show up. They're going to tell you, call me at 4, call me at 6, a quick set appointment. You guys are going to tell us you have 15 appointments in your calendar. You probably have 1 appointment because everyone else told you just, hey, call me back at 6. And all of us today, we probably get phone calls, or we, to some extent, we push things off, procrastinate. That's the client procrastinating, right? They're scared to be sold. They're just saying, hey, call me back at 6, and they know they're not going to answer. But I will say, though, is when you're calling back, call off a different phone number sometimes. That will help, too, to get them to answer, right? That if they quick set you and you think, hey, maybe a little iffy, don't be afraid to call off that secondary line we're referring to. But the biggest thing to make sure they're actually going to answer is, again, while you're talking from the beginning, that first 90 seconds, it's extremely important to have the right tonality and make sure they understand what you're talking about. Because if someone understands his life insurance, it's for the veterans, they made the request, etc., and they still will grab that pen and paper and write it down, that's where there's a 3 or 4 because they actually understand it, they know who you are, the whole 9. So make sure you guys are doing that because ranking appointments is really key. And I forgot to mention that as well. So thank you for bringing it out, Marisa.
Yeah, no doubt. And then we got one last question. So Alex said, for any of these objections that hang up, do you ever call back or waitlist them, or how do you handle those?
If they tell me to F off and fly a kite, I'll call them back one more time, like in a week or 2. So I've had many clients tell me literally like screw off and buy from me, become like my biggest sales. Like one guy named Marisa and Christina, his name is David Sampson. He hung up on me twice, and he's my best friend. He's like my best insurance friend. Like he literally has, I'm not gonna say he has so much insurance with me out the wazoo, but literally he hung up on me twice. But it's because he's a busy guy. He's literally busy. He's like 84, but he does a lot of real estate. I mean, a lot. So at that point in time, I had to understand that, you know what, just keep calling him. You just be persistent, call him back. And when I did, I tied him down, and now he's my client for life. So if I didn't do that, though, again, guys, I would not be able to have one of my best clients in the business. So the point of saying that is just keep, get after the leads and not get after this call, but have a purpose in your calling. Have a proper structure. That's why we're doing this call today. So we want you to have a proper structure moving forward so you're not calling blind. You guys understand, okay, triple dial, go through the script. I get this objection, so I'm going to respond back to it. And like I said, you guys are going to find out which objection matches your personality. But at the end of the day, just make sure you're just not backing down is my point.
Last thing, guys, if you could just touch on this, either of you, could one of you talk about the difference between a client being concerned and a client being combative, like someone that's not trying to answer your health questions or not trying to like allow you to help them?
Yeah. So that happened to
Situation.
Yeah, happened to recently actually. So you guys know I do mortgage mail, so this goes the same way with this question. So she asked on the mailers, it says no medical exam. So when I was calling the client and I'm going through the inventory and I'm talking to her, asking health questions, why do you need it? Why do you have this health question? Why are you asking all these questions? They think they're not going to qualify and it's going to hurt them at the end of the day. So all you guys have to do in that reality, when you're asking any major health concerns or you're collecting information regarding, health, and they're kind of like being concerned, you can tell because they're going to start asking questions like, okay, well, why do you need that for? I thought this had no medical exam. At that point, ask, okay, ma'am, have you ever been declined life insurance in the past? Okay, has anybody did a medical exam on you for life insurance? At that point, they're going to start to tell you, yes, I had a bad experience. No, I didn't. But it's simply because, like Christina said, they're scared they're not going to qualify. Hit them with, I'm a broker. I can get people who have active cancer today life insurance. My biggest concern is what's affordable to you. And then when they're being combative, there's the asshole that says, I don't want to give my information. I don't want my income, none of that. And just, they're just hanging up on us and just not listening to us. Those people are just shoppers, we call it. But when they're really being concerned and they're scared about the health, don't be afraid to continue to ask more qualifying questions. Okay, well, do you understand how this works? Your social is used to tie to your medications. It's used for your prescriptions. My job is just to find you the best program that you qualify for at the most affordable rate. That's all why I'm asking these questions. And talk them down, talk them back to reality. So it happened to Lydia on Tuesday or like a Monday. And I talked her down and she was okay with it, but she was concerned, not combative, like Christina said. The combative ones, on the other hand, they tell me and Marisa Christina, like, fly a kite. Like, literally, they're just like, hey, like, we don't want to give you information. And you're just confused. Why? It's because they're just assholes at the end of the day. So when they're concerned, just talk them down and explain why you need it. Just like the social. We all get the social objection. And we say it ties to your death certificate. It identifies who you are. It's your HIPAA authorization, how we know what you actually take for medications. If you die, how can your family file a claim? When you say those words, they're gonna say, okay, that makes sense why you need my social. You have my license, you have my driver's, my insurance license. We do so much upfront, guys, to be proactive, not reactive in the situation. Just make sure you guys are following those steps of being proactive.